Okay, 2012. So that was a Costco item, I believe, and then the things in the back were actually carved out of styrofoam and glued together. We put the bandana on it. This was a Baldwin organ that I got off of Craigslist for 50 bucks. Probably overpaid. But I gutted it, put PVC pipe on it, glued all those little shells that your kids bring home from the beach, and glued them on there. That's just a dude. Davey Jones's claw is carved out of styrofoam and painted. It's a Davey Jones head. We actually used the little fingers from the octopus fingers to extend it. So inside of it, there's a fogger. There's two night lights on top. Make the fog red as it comes out. You'll see that tonight. Painted it all silver so that it shines nicely in the blue. The rope is actually these old pine trees cut down. Put a little piece of rope at the bottom, put some form stakes in the ground to hold them in place. I actually just drilled a 1-inch hole in the bottom of these, way up inside there, so it actually sits on top of the stake. This cage is made out of the steel fencing from, I think it's one 8-foot panel from Home Depot. Cut into 4 pieces, plywood on top, plywood on the bottom. There's a hatch on top.
Kinda scary in here.
Actually put a hook on there. If you build it right, you can make it strong enough to hang from a tree. And this dude's a
Watch
Bucky.
out for pirates.
That's a Pico-talk inside the head from Fright Props. Those are wonderful little gadgets. I just got a computer speaker behind it. As we come down, this is just rope we got from Home Depot. Most of this stuff was, well, probably half of it's free. Just stuff we had lying around. The netting, you can get that from a landscape place and cut it to all different sizes. These are my pulling pirates. Is my fogger on yet? Looks like it might be. We're going to test it. Okay. So here's the Pico-talk. Excuse me, it's not a Pico-talk. This is a Pica-boo. This is a 104. That's what it looks like upside down. So I have it all hooked up to this. A bunch of wires and gadgets and whatnot, but it's hooked to a speaker from the organ, actually. Gutted that sucker, and there was a whole bunch of parts and pieces in there that I threw out, but some that I kept. So this is a Pica-boo 104 controller. We're going to go over here. That's a light hooked to the Pica-boo. Another light hooked to the Pica-boo. Those have 200 watt bulbs in them. We'll go over here and we'll set it off. So as you come around the corner, there's a motion sensor right there. So they're pulling the rope. During the nighttime, we'll do this again at night, but there'll be lightning flashing in the background. Down here is a ram moving it back and forth. It's also controlled by the Pica-boo, or excuse me, yeah, it's Pica-boo 104. Bright props. A handy little place. So, that's those guys. Then we come up here, we got the big cannon, or the big cannons in the big ship. It's a 30-foot ship. It's actually made out of corrugated plywood, or excuse me, corrugated plastic. You can see these are 4x8 panels. We made a stencil to make the wood on the boat. My wife's an artist, so she helped design it and cut it out a little bit. Shouldn't take too much. First year it only took us a little while, but got some little lights in the back. Got a mast up here. These masts are made out of 6-inch ABS, and the cross pieces are landscape tree posts that were lying around. So you can see my cannons. Those actually have Christmas lights inside them, the blinking Christmas lights, both of them do, with a red cellophane diaphragm, for lack of a better term. I don't know if you can see it inside there, but a country crock butter tub. You cut it out on the bottom and you wrap it with cellophane. It makes a perfect diaphragm. Fits right inside there. And on this side you'll see the structure. I actually just screwed everything. These are all mounted to 2x4s. They screw up to my my eaves. Go inside my messy garage here and show you the back side of that. That's my Jeep project. Anyway, so here's the cannon fire. Comes up. I've actually got it splitting between the two. Just PVC connections over the top. Smoke comes out the front. Hit the button and it screws up. Okay. But that's all there is to it. This is done in 4-foot sections. The PVC or the 2x4. As you can see, they're screwed to my eaves. This part here is mounted together with 2x4s, a little bit lower. We'll go out the front again. Here's the bow piece. Ooh. I put a rope out the front too, just because. The panels are screwed together with strips. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a plastic strip in between. This is just literally corrugated. It's 4mm corrugated plastic. You can get it in all sorts of different colors. I have them screwed together to hold them together, and then I screw them onto the wood to make it stable. There's my smoking cannons with the flashing light inside there. These again were pine that I had lying around from a cabin that we owned. Cut it down and made some pillars out of it. There's another mast. Just some rope and cut the top. Sort of scatter edge the top there. Make it look like it was broken off. Pirate guy here, first low-tech deal. Press a button, he comes up. And there's speakers over there. He talks, it's just continuous. But the kids can make him go up and down. It's going to make them automated someday, is on the list. Here's a pirate captain. This is actually run by, it's a little 12-volt motor. Excuse me while I hook it up. Needs to warm up. Need to warm that up. Anyway, that's a ship's wheel a buddy gave me. Bunch of leftover wood I had, and a pirate zip tied to it and screwed down. The company on the internet sells those for $4,000. Well, it's not quite as pretty as theirs is, but it'll work. Then the cave. It's cannonly made. ABS. Foam on the outside. And covered with something. My wife did it. Paper mache. That's made out of styrofoam. It's carved out of styrofoam with a styrofoam kit. Carving kit you can get on the internet. And you walk into, underneath him, into the Cave of Wonders. There's also just spooky stuff in here. So that's it during the daytime. So we'll come back at night.